Welcome back to Wine, Chill, and Talk with Habiba. Today we're going to talk about things we ignore, things we've been ignoring for a while. So let's talk about trauma, stress, and depression. Because the long term effects of ignoring these is suicide. Sometimes people just can't deal with it. And they've just been through it so much or for so long that they just want to give up. And it leads to a suicide if you don't seek for help or do something about it. And I want us to talk about that today. Right? So, honestly speaking, let's start with the unnecessary stress that we cause ourselves first. Before we dive into it, there's some people that really need to just stop. Like, stop it. There's some stresses and depression that we self-inflict on ourselves. I'm sure even God doesn't want us to go through that. I'm sure even your left and right angels don't want you to go through that. Imagine hating someone. Do you know the job it takes to hate someone? No. Hating someone, jealousy, minding people's business. See, that's the type of stress and depression we cause upon ourselves that it's unnecessary. We need to stop doing that. Stop it. There is no need for you to mind someone else's business. There is no need. Let them do what they want to do. Let people live the life they want to live. They're not going to answer to you at the end of the day. When they die, we all want to be judged by the same God. Yeah, whether you believe in whatever religion you want to believe in, not to dismiss anyone, whatever religion you believe in, I believe that we all going to be judged by God. See, let's leave God to do his job and us focus on ourselves. Let's focus on bettering ourselves. Why do we judge other people when we're going through our own things? And now we're causing ourselves unnecessary stress and depression. Because this happens for a long time. Imagine someone hating you for years. Or imagine hating someone for years. For what? For what? Because that person stole your boyfriend. Or how do you steal someone's boyfriend? I don't know. You don't steal people's boyfriend. You don't steal someone's boyfriend. Really, this person wanted to. So don't cause yourself unnecessary stress that's going to lead to depression at the end of the day. Don't. We need to stop doing that. Jealousy. Why stress yourself for being jealous because someone else made it? Yes, it's natural to feel like, wow, they made it. Why not me? Okay, that's okay. Say it, think it, get over it. It's okay to ask, oh, wow, they did it. God, me too, please. That's fine. That's fine. But don't carry that type of jealousy where you're now on a mission to destroy someone else's life to a point where you neglect your own. And by the time you're done destroying someone else's life, you're now reflecting on yourself. You're like, oh, regret, eh? Because all these years you've been wasting, minding someone else's business, hating them for no reason, carrying jealousy in your heart. The type of job you're giving yourself, it's going to lead you to depression. Then now you're going to start comparing yourself to others. Because why? You're not making it. Then you turn out to be a bitter person because all you do is care about what other people are doing. That's all you care about. Your life is not in order, but you want to care about what other people are doing. Please, solve your life first. Solve your problems. Sort out your life. Take care of you. Don't worry what other people are doing. Right? And we're not in any competition here. No one is in any competition with anybody. Everybody is destined to do different things. So do you. Whether they're doing what for a living, or whether they got married to who, they got married to a broke husband, it's not your problem. Stop worrying about other people's problems. Take care of you because you're inflicting depression on yourself that is so unnecessary. So I wanted to get that out of the way before we go into the more serious things, because that's for people who just want to diagnose themselves with depression. They want to cause it. Stop it. You don't need it. You don't need that type of stress. But honestly, there are other types of events that take place in our hearts. I meant in our lives. That take place in our lives that in the long run, it causes a lot of pain, a lot of stress and depression. And the end result for this, if we don't take care of it, is suicide. People die from this. Suicide is real. Depression is real. Trauma is real. And I want our African parents to know this. I'm sure you probably know it, but you've ignored it for a long, long time because you're probably used to pain and going through a lot and being strong. But we need to break that cycle. We need to break it. Our parents need to start listening. Parents, you need to start listening to your children when they come to you. You need to, because sometimes it's hard for us to talk to you guys. How do we talk to you guys? Dalala? We can't. Because when we tell you we are stressed or depressed, you know what they say? I remember my mom. That's what black parents love to say. Why are you having white people problems? Most Africans, they love saying that. I've heard this a couple of times. Or they'll be like, go sleep. You wake up, you'll feel better. Or they send you to go wash dishes. They say, what depression? You're not paying any rent. You don't have any bills. All you go is go to school, play with your friends. You sure? No, mom, dad, are you sure? All they do is go to school, play with their friends, and nothing happens in between. If only you knew how fast your kids grow, you would know the type of depressions they go through. But because you don't want to give them a listening ear, you don't want to be open to listening, how will you know? Hey? I'm just here to create awareness. Whether you take my advice or leave it, it's okay. But we need to start seeking help. If you need to go to a counselor, therapy, do it. Take care of yourself. Heal yourself from past traumas. Heal yourself from past problems that you went through. Forgive those who hurt you. Yes, it's hard to forget, but learn to forgive. You free yourself from a lot of things. Keeping that hate in your heart for something someone did 50 years ago, 20 years ago, 10, 5, 2. Why are you doing that to yourself? Let it go. Let it go. Life happens. Don't pay back. Don't take revenge. God will do it for you, I promise. In this life, what you do, you pay right here underneath the earth, telling you. But also, this whole thing of telling boys need to be strong, men don't cry, be a big boy. Stop causing that type of stress and depression on people, because they grow up with that mentality. Men start growing up with that mentality where they cannot speak to someone. They don't know who to talk to because they were told to be strong. Then they're afraid to be called weak in society because they express themselves. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop telling little boys not to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay for anyone to cry. Boy, girl, man, woman, male, female. It's okay to cry. So stop telling boys from a very young age that they need to take in all the pain. You're like creating monsters when you're doing that. That's how people grow up to be bitter. Because they have so much pain. They have so much they want to take out, but they can't because it was taught to them at a very young age to not talk about what they're going through. A man has to take it in. A woman breaks your heart. You were in love with them. They break your heart. Take it like a man. Move on. Let her go. No. Cry if you need to cry. Talk to a friend. Talk to me if you need to talk to me. But stop telling men to be strong. There's no need. They are human beings. They were created same way. Well, I think Eve came from Adam's. Yeah. But we were all born from a woman at the end of the day. And we all have emotions and we're all humans. So we need to stop telling men to be strong. Let them cry. Do you know how many times I've seen a man break down right in front of me? Because they've been keeping things that they trusted me with. And that's why I'm like, no. Some long-term trauma, depression, stress from childhood. You're still a kid, you're being told to be strong. It's not fair. It needs to stop. Let men be human as well. But there are also other types of traumas that we need to, heal from. Being bullied in school. Some people were bullied in school. They grew up being bullied in the community so bad. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but it's so bad. It's so bad. People grow up with all this, and it's so hard for them to tell their parents or their family members that they're being bullied at school because they're gonna be called weak. Like, why can't you stand up for yourself? Heaven, have you seen the person who's bullying me? That girl looks like she will in one part, one slap, and I'll collapse. What do I say? You think I have the strength? Then we have schools. You can't even report it. We have bullies in school. Go tell a teacher, dololo, they won't do anything about it. So we need to stop, because this is how we create long-term trauma for kids, for ourselves. So talk to someone. If you are being bullied right now at school, talk to someone. Tell your mom, your dad. Let them call you weak, but tell them. And parents, you need to start taking actions. School, start taking actions. Start. Because sometimes kids report these to adults, and adults just, I feel like the kid is still alive. Then the kid can't take it anymore. It becomes so emotionally draining. And then what happens? Suicide. Now that's when everybody's like, it was serious. It's been serious from day one. The moment someone is complaining about something, it's too much for them. Listen, help them out. Stop judging people. Stop calling people weak. Stop calling children weak when they come and run to you guys for help. That's why you're like adults and they are children. So you can help them. Step in. Because we are creating a chain of problems. And then we grow up being so bitter, hateful. Some people that were bullied grow up to become bullies. Because why? Nothing happened. They didn't get therapy, no counseling, they didn't get to tell nobody, they didn't get to talk about it. They grow up, then they have the courage to talk about it. Now they're like, wow, I can't believe I was bullied before. So now what they do is bully other people. This is when they start acting too, especially when they get that good position at work. The way they want to bully us. So we need to stop creating those type of things. We need to stop creating those type of events for people. We need to start working towards solutions in our communities. We need to start helping people who are going through things. We need to start paying attention to people that we love. Because the happiest people are the most depressed. I should tell you that from personal experience. See, those who you see, they're always bubbly, happy, the energy is there, that vibe. When you see them, you're like, I like you. Ooh, child. The amount of stress and depression that's going in there, the amount of things they want to tell the world, but they cannot, it's too much. It's too much. Sometimes because you don't want to be judged. There are reasons why people don't talk about certain things. They don't want to be judged. People judge. People judge. And nothing will ever make people happy. So take care of yourself, because you can never, ever satisfy humans. So they're going to laugh, let them laugh, but you seek your help. It's better to be alive, eh? It's way better to be alive. I don't know what happens when people die, but I think I prefer to be alive. And I don't think it's fair for people to grow up with pain that they didn't cause for themselves. It's not fair. It's not fair to raise a bully in your house. It's not fair to be abusive to a woman or be abusive to a man. It's not fair. Domestic violence is real. It's very, very common, and people stay in those things. People grow up like that. They don't know who to run to because people are judgy. Stop judging people. Learn to listen. Do you want people dead first before you can realize, can't it was serious? It's always serious. So listen. And you gotta judge. Stop judging people. Stop it. Be there for people. Be there. Be your sister's keeper. Be your brother's keeper. If they want to trust you with something, do you know sometimes it feels better to talk to someone about problems that you're going through? The relief you get from telling someone something, just the relief alone. You're like, that burden. At least I spoke about it. At least I told someone about it. But you humans, so damn judgmental. When a person gives birth early, you'll judge. They give birth late, you'll judge. They have abortion, you'll judge. They keep the pregnancy, you'll judge. What do you want people to do? What should people do? What? Nothing ever satisfies human beings. Nothing. All this, we need to start working towards solutions. We need to start working towards solutions. We need to come up with plans. because it's getting out of hand. It is. Nah. It is. And you're still doing the same thing your parents did to you. That's the worst part. You're doing exactly what your parents did to you. You'll know how you grew up. You'll know how it felt. Being depressed at a very young age, going through stress at a very young age, and then you want your children to grow up like you too. Let's change that. It needs to change with our generation. It needs to change with our generation. So if you haven't realized it, because sometimes you can be traumatized, you'll be going through trauma, depression, stress, but you're not identifying it. And I'm not a doctor, but some common symptoms that you are going through trauma, it's the trouble of sleeping. When you're having trouble to sleep at night, tossing and turning, nightmares here and there, that's trauma. That's trauma, sis. Trouble concentrating, that is trauma as well. So we need to find solutions, as well as the overwhelming feeling of guilt and shame. Oh, that's the worst one. I hope we come with better solutions for this, and I hope that we do work on all these things that we go through as a community. There are some things we just ignore and we think it's normal. Normal doesn't mean acceptable. I will not stress this enough. Normal does not mean acceptable. It's not. So teach your children to be better people. Teach them how to love and care for people. Stop claiming to love and care for people, but you're not there for them. You don't give them the support. People go through things. Your friends are there when days are sunshine is out and bright. Is it bright? It's colorful. I was looking for that word. When days are bright and colorful, friends are there. Out, let's go out, Ndwana. Yes. We're gonna go through hell now. Go through trouble. Go through things. Lose a parent or lose a job. Be financially strained. Where are your friends then? Those who always claim to love and care for you, they're not there. Dololo, nix, not there. The type of friends we have, right? The type of humans we call friends. They're not there when we need support. And to support someone, it's not always about money. You don't always have to support someone financially. If you don't have it, it's okay. But emotional support is very important as well. It's important to be there for someone emotionally. Be a shoulder for them to cry on. Let them know it's gonna be okay. Sometimes they just need someone to motivate them and let them know it's gonna be okay. But people always run away because for them, everything is financial, Everything is financial. And some people will be in a good place to help you, but they still won't help you. Some people are just happy to see other people miserable. Now imagine that. What type of person are you? You're just happy to see someone else going through something. Like parents, start listening to your children. They are going through something. They probably are one way or another. If it's not bullying, they are pregnant. If they're not pregnant, they're doing some drugs or something and they need help. Some of them want to stop, but how do I stop? How do I tell my parents? How do I get help? I don't know where to start from. People are going to judge me. My parents will be very angry. It's okay to be angry. But would you rather have your 16-year-old pregnant go commit an abortion or go have an abortion under the chair or under the table, is how they call it, right? Those backdoor abortions. Imagine your child going there. All because they're so scared of your reactions. They're so scared of the actions you're going to take as a parent. So they go do this backdoor abortion. God forbid they pass away doing it. Because the person who did it didn't do it right. They didn't know the right dosage. They just give it to people like that because they're just looking for a way to make a quick buck. So they buy those abortion pills from somewhere illegal and then they give it to your kid. Your kid takes it. A day later, your kid is gone. Or right there and there, your kid dies on the spot. All because they were afraid to come to you to tell you that Dad, I messed up. Or Dad, someone raped me and I got pregnant. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to react. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether I should have an abortion or not. They don't know how. They don't know what decisions to take or how to react because now they're scared of you. They're no longer scared of what they're going through. Imagine a kid that's pregnant at 14. Can't tell their father or their mother that so-and-so got me pregnant. It's usually a 20-something-year-old person or someone who's an adult who gets a teenager pregnant. And your teenage child can't trust you. See, all these are things we need to leave behind as Black people and focus on more ways to deal with our problems, find solutions to the long-term traumas that we're going through. Let's seek therapy. Therapy sometimes is expensive, but I'm sure there are affordable therapies. I'm sure there's government assistance somewhere. I know at school where I went to, we had a counselor, I believe. If you're going through something, they will ask you to go see her and talk to her about it. She's gonna help you find help. But yeah, be your sister's keeper. Be your brother's keeper. Stop judging. Get rid of jealousy, hate, regrets. Stop regretting. Life happens. We all make mistakes. But move on. Stop depressing yourself or stressing yourself about events that already happened. Sis, you had that abortion 6 years ago. Let it go. That's between you and God. Don't stress about it. Learn to forgive yourself when you do things. We all make decisions. Some decisions we make it at the spur of a moment because we don't know. We can't think straight when we're facing the problem head on. Sometimes you just can't think straight. But we need to start forgiving ourselves. Healing starts with forgiving yourself first. If you want to drag that for a very long time and you don't want to heal, it's going to multiply. So seek help, heal, forgive yourself. Learn to forgive others too. It's really important to do that. And talk to someone. I'm really glad I spoke about this because I've always wanted to talk about this. Because it's very common. I see it every day. Men being told to be strong. Stop. If you're being abused, seek help. If you can't find a way to get out or you feel trapped, find a way to ask for help. Find a way to scream for help. Please ask for help. Suicide is not. It's not the solution. It's not. Taking your own life is not the solution. So please, help those you claim to love. Help those you claim to care about. It's really important to be there for people. It doesn't always have to be financial. But emotional support is very important. I appreciate people who have been there for me emotionally and couldn't support me financially. I truly appreciate those people. Because those words made me feel better sometimes. They work. So let's do better as a community. Let's do better as a society. As humans, let's do better. Raise your children right. Break the bad cycles. Whatever our parents did in the past, how they were raised to deal with stuff is not how we have to deal with it. We don't have to. Let's deal with it the right way now. Let's find better solutions to this. We need to adapt, Evolve, Black people. Evolve. My African people. It's not bad sometimes to incorporate white people. I don't want to use that word. It's not being racist. It's how Black people say it. But it's not bad to incorporate what white people suggest. Therapy. And as Black people, we were like, therapy. That thing is expensive, Or, am I going to talk to someone who's going to tell me what I already know? No, it's not like that. That's not how therapy works. It's way different from that. It works really different. Do your research. But if you need help, find someone. Look for help. Find someone you really, really trust. Google ways to help yourself. I don't want to diagnose because I'm not a doctor. I don't want to tell you solutions because I am not a doctor. But I just want to make us aware of these problems so we can find better ways to deal with this. Yeah, and more schools need to start incorporating therapy, especially in African schools. We need that. Our children go through a lot. I can tell you that for sure. And that's it from me, Habiba. Until next time, I'm out.